So, one of the greatest mystery questions I think a lot of fans have, due to the fact that, well, the soft retcon reboot being caused due to legal actions and stuff, basically took a lot of potential of what would have been out of the equation. It really did. And one of those questions of what would have been or could have been is Fiona's fate. Now, I think I've talked about this before at times, but I still stand by the fact that I think there was something more planned. Now, I mentioned in the past that I think Ken Penders wanted to put Fiona and Tails together had he stayed on board. That's just an assumption, in my own opinion, I should say. But when you take a look at the evidence that was thrown out there and everything, it really makes you wonder if perhaps that's what Ken was planning to do. If he was planning to put those two together in some way. But with that said, again, that's just an assumption and an opinion of my own. But when we take a look at Ian and the fact that he took over the book, and we know from experience, basically, that he had, as well as as well as reading the issues ourselves and following the book, we knew he had plans for future story arcs. We just, didn't know how they were going to involve certain characters. For example, like I said, the topic of this, Fiona. We know that he had Fiona turn on the freedom fighters. We know they had Fiona. We know he had him. We know he had Fiona. I'm tired. I do apologize. But we know he had Fiona join up with Scourge and join the Destructives, join the Suppression Squad, the Anti-Freedom Fighters, and so on. But with that said, ladies and gentlemen, what other plans did he have in mind? Well, one person commented on something in the live chat during the premiere of one of the videos I put up recently. And that video, I think, was the clip from, I think it was the clip or was the follow-up video, one of the two, where I was talking about Sally gut-punching Fiona in the 15th issue of Sonic Universe, which was the second part of Journey to the East. And this person brought up something that really kind of caught me off guard. He said that Fiona basically found out a little bit more of the truth when it comes to Scourge. Like somehow, I don't know if it was in lockdown or afterwards, that she found out maybe that perhaps Scourge isn't everything that he's truly cracked up to be. That just like with every other female he's had in his life, she was just another, number. She was just another flavor of the month or something like that. And basically because of that, she pretty much, as this person put it, pretty much started to see the truth. She started to see the truth about him. Now, I don't know, again, whether or not that happens at the end of lockdown. I have to reread Lockdown to check it out myself. But it is an interesting, theory. It is an interesting question to wonder whether yay or nay, if there is truth to that, or there was some kind of like a hint, an Easter egg, if you will, thrown out there that perhaps maybe she was starting to see the truth. And if that is indeed the case, if Ian, and I think Ian's the one that wrote the story, put something like that in there, because there were moments, I will say that, there were moments where I think Fiona was like, whoa, hey, calm your jets, man. You know, I'm trying to help you get out of here. I'm trying to help you get out of this prison. You know, I wouldn't have gone to this trouble to do so. And, you know, she, you know, like I said, she's starting, we see kind of like hints and everything. Well, not just hints, but we see moments in there that kind of perhaps hint at that. But were those moments that were thrown in there, ladies and gentlemen, you know, were those moments that were thrown in there, you know, were they done, you know, by Ian to give us a hint of maybe Fiona was going to eventually break away? That Fiona was going to go off and do her own thing on her own, maybe even try to redeem herself in the long run. We don't know. But that comment the person made in the live chat really caught me by surprise, because it's like, well, if that's the case, you know, if he was planning to redeem her, then why even turn her in the first place? Why not just do a story arc where she has to make a decision? Do I want to be bad? Do I want to be good? Or do I want to bring something different to the team that shows, hey, you could still achieve your goals. It's just that when it comes to certain villains, you gotta, you know, kind of break them. You gotta break your own rules, or kind of put your moral code aside for the benefit of everybody else. You know, again, if the moments, the scenes that we got in Lockdown were hints or potential teases of maybe her breaking away, I can understand that. I can understand that. I really could. You know, that maybe she was gonna start seeing the real him, and that he was everything that people said he was, if not more, if not worse. But again, we don't know. We don't know whether or not that's, you know, true or not. Again, I have to go back and reread Lockdown, but I do recall that there were moments, you know, in Lockdown where, again, Scourge got on her case about certain things, and all Fiona was trying to do was say, hey, look, I'm proving not only my love for you by doing this, but I've basically gotten the suppression squad to help me out to get you out of this joint. So who knows? Who knows if maybe Fiona being redeemed was one of the story ideas Ian wanted to go with, had the book not gone through its wonkiness that it did. But we may never know. We may never know. Again, these are just things I'm theorizing and giving my own opinion on and speculating on, all because one person pointed out something that really did get me thinking, you know, of whether or not she started to see the truth. But what are you guys' thoughts? How do you feel about potentially Fiona's redemption may have been one of the ideas story-wise that Ian was going to go with? And if that's the case, do you think it was wise? Do you think it was smart for him to even turn her heel if he was going to redeem her anyway, if that was the plan? Let me know what your thoughts are down below. Comment if you like, and I will talk to y'all later.